Voyager 1 just made an impossible discovery after 45 years. It started like any other data transmission, Voyager 1, drifting through deep space, pinged back a routine signal. But what came next wasn't routine at all. It was something no one expected. Hidden in the static was a reading so bizarre, so utterly impossible, that it sent shockwaves through NASA's top scientists. A Nobel Prize-winning physicist even stepped in, warning that what Voyager had just picked up might be the first clue to something we've never seen before, something that could rewrite the laws of space and time. What did Voyager 1 really discover out there, 15 billion miles from Earth? And why are scientists suddenly so cautious about what they say next? When Voyager 1 launched in 1977, it was never meant to last this long. In fact, most scientists expected it to go dark by the late 80s. But somehow, this aging spacecraft defied the odds, surviving cosmic radiation, freezing temperatures, and the endless silence of space. Its original mission was simple: fly past Jupiter and Saturn, snap some photos, gather data, and call it a day. But Voyager had other plans. It kept going, past Uranus, past Neptune, past everything we thought we'd ever reach. And today, it's floating in a part of the universe no other human-made object has ever entered: interstellar space. Out there, Voyager isn't just a machine. It's a message in a bottle, carrying golden records of human culture, and now, something else. Something far stranger. In the quiet corridors of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, the data looked innocent enough at first. Just another set of readings from Voyager 1, still whispering across the void from more than 15 billion miles away. But hidden in the latest transmission was a signal that didn't make sense. Something subtle. A spike in the plasma wave instrument, sharp and rhythmic, cutting through the background of space like a drumbeat in the dark. At first, engineers dismissed it as interference, possibly a solar flare or instrument decay. After all, Voyager is nearly half a century old. It shouldn't even be alive, much less detecting anything unusual. But then came the second signal, and the third, and this time they weren't random. The pattern repeated with precise intervals, like a code. Not noise, not static. Something. The fluctuations weren't coming from the sun, a planet, or any known object. They originated from a region so empty, so far beyond the solar system, that nothing should be able to interact with Voyager at all. It was deep space, pure and untouched. This wasn't just weird, it was impossible. The readings suggested activity in a zone we believed was utterly inert. Basic models of astrophysics couldn't explain it. The staff ran diagnostics, simulated interference, even considered onboard malfunction. But the instruments checked out. Voyager 1 wasn't broken. It was alerting us. That's when the whispers began. First among mission scientists, then across physics forums. A signal with rhythm and consistency. From the deepest void we've ever touched, theories range from electromagnetic anomalies to interstellar storms, but none of them fit. What Voyager detected didn't belong in our current understanding of the universe. It was something else. Something unknown. As the strange data spread through scientific circles, it eventually landed on the desk of Dr. Michel Mayor, a Nobel Prize-winning astrophysicist best known for discovering planets outside our solar system. At first, he was skeptical. Signals like these often have dull explanations. But the more he analyzed Voyager 1's readings, the more disturbed he became. This wasn't just a technical glitch or cosmic coincidence. According to Dr. Mayer, the data hinted at something far more profound, a possible interaction with a field or structure we've never identified. And if he was right, it could mean that Voyager 1 had encountered an entirely new force in the universe. Dr. Mayer broke his silence in a closed-door symposium of elite space researchers, where he reportedly described the findings as a potential pivot point in astrophysics. While the official transcript remained sealed, multiple attendees leaked details to the press, most notably his warning. He called the signal highly anomalous and said it could represent a type of cosmic interaction we've never observed before, possibly artificial or from an unknown natural phenomenon beyond our models. That word, artificial, sent ripples through the scientific community, not because anyone wanted to jump to conclusions, but because the possibility, however slim, was now on the table. If Voyager 1 had detected a non-natural signal in the depths of interstellar space, then we weren't just studying the cosmos anymore. We were bumping into it. And no one knew what would happen next. The signal Voyager 1 picked up wasn't just strange. It was structured. Scientists analyzing the raw data noticed something no one expected. The transmission carried intervals that repeated with near-perfect timing, not like a pulsar or radio burst. Those are chaotic by comparison. This signal had rhythm, symmetry, and mathematical consistency. It was almost deliberate, like a pattern crafted by something with intent. At least, that's what some researchers quietly began to suspect. NASA hasn't officially labeled it artificial, but behind closed doors, theories are flying. Some scientists believe the signal could be the product of an unknown form of interstellar plasma behaving in ways we've never seen. Others think Voyager might have crossed into a boundary zone, like an electromagnetic shell left behind by an ancient celestial event. But one possibility, whispered in online forums and late-night conference calls, refuses to go away: that the signal was sent, not by us, not by nature, but by something. Because here's the kicker. The frequency range of the signal, between 1.42 and 1.43 gigahertz, is the same slice of the spectrum SETI researchers have monitored for decades. It's often called the water hole, a quiet part of space's radio dial believed to be ideal for interstellar communication. Coincidence? Maybe, but it's hard to ignore. And just when scientists thought they'd seen everything, Voyager detected a subtle shift in the signal, like it was reacting to the probe's presence. No one wants to say out loud, but the question is hanging heavy in the air. Is someone or something out there trying to make contact? Publicly, NASA's response has been cautious, calm, scientific. They've acknowledged anomalous plasma readings, but downplayed the signal's significance. No official statements mention the word artificial, and you won't find any press releases with phrases like intelligent origin. But behind the scenes, it's a different story entirely. According to leaked internal memos shared by whistleblowers on anonymous forums, mission analysts were instructed to monitor the signal closely, but refrain from speculative interpretations. In other words, keep watching, but don't ask dangerous questions. One message, allegedly circulated among senior JPL engineers, warned that public perception must be managed until further data is available. Another document revealed that a small, classified task force had been created, made up of astrophysicists, cryptographers, and quantum communication experts. Their goal? Not just to decode the signal, but to determine if it's part of a larger transmission system. Even longtime NASA insiders are starting to raise eyebrows. Retired mission specialist Dr. Lillian Zhao went on record in a recent podcast, saying, if what Voyager's detecting is real and not a glitch, then someone high up is making sure the public hears a very filtered version of the story. It's not that NASA is hiding aliens. It's that they don't know what they're dealing with. And until they do, they're playing it safe. But that uncertainty, that silence, for some, it says more than words ever could. Just when scientists thought the Voyager 1 signal couldn't get any weirder, it did. During one particular transmission window, in late March, something didn't add up. Voyager's signal arrived later than expected. Not by much, just a fraction of a second, but enough to raise serious flags. NASA's deep space tracking systems are precise to the microsecond. This wasn't miscalculation or a solar interference delay. According to the data, the signal traveled slightly slower than the speed of light, something that, according to modern physics, shouldn't happen, ever. At first, engineers suspected an onboard systems lag, but the delay wasn't on Voyager's end. It was in the space between the void itself. That's when a wild theory began circulating among fringe physicists and even a few mainstream experts. What if Voyager 1 had passed through a region of distorted space-time? We've theorized about such zones before: gravitational wells, warp fields caused by dark matter, even micro wormholes. But this was different. The delay wasn't chaotic. It was smooth, consistent, like the probe had dipped into a current flowing against time itself. Some scientists quietly began calling it the drag. A few even suggested this pocket of warp reality might explain the strange signals. If Voyager was passing through something outside our normal space-time fabric, then who knows what kind of data it could pick up. Suddenly, the impossible signal didn't seem so impossible. It seemed inevitable. If the Voyager 1 signal is real and not some malfunction or misinterpretation, it doesn't just raise questions, it breaks answers. For over a century, we relied on Einstein's theory of relativity to define the laws of space and time. And yet, here we are, staring at evidence that something beyond those laws may be at play, something Voyager stumbled into by sheer chance. A signal behaving like a message, a delay in the fabric of time, a rhythm coming from the empty dark. The implications are staggering. Physicists are already comparing this to the first detection of gravitational waves, a discovery that opened an entirely new branch of astronomy. But this could be bigger. We might be looking at proof that interstellar space isn't just empty, but active, a place where unknown forces, fields, or even intelligences could exist, hidden from our view until now. Some are calling for a re-examination of past deep space data, believing similar anomalies may have been overlooked or dismissed. Others are urging the development of next-generation probes, equipped not just with cameras or spectrometers, but with quantum sensors, dark energy detectors, and tools we haven't even invented yet. Because of Voyager, a 1970 spacecraft powered by less computing power than your phone, just touched something our smartest minds can't explain. What else is waiting out there? How close have we come to something monumental and never even realized it? Right now, Voyager 1 is still out there, sailing through interstellar space, alone but not forgotten. Despite being nearly 50 years old, its instruments are still whispering back data, one faint ping at a time. And after this discovery, NASA has quietly approved additional funding to keep those ears open for as long as possible. Every bite it sends back could hold another clue, another piece of a puzzle we didn't even know existed. Meanwhile, plans for a new class of space probes are already in motion. These won't just explore planets or moons. They'll be built to reach deep space faster, stay active longer, and carry equipment designed to detect what Voyager never could: quantum fluctuations, dark energy signatures, even low-frequency signals beyond our current detection range. One proposed mission is already nicknamed Echo, a probe designed to seek out the source of Voyager's anomaly, if one truly exists. But the big question still lingers, unanswered and unsettling. Did Voyager 1 just stumble across a fluke of physics? Or did it brush against something bigger? A message? A structure? A boundary we were never meant to find? We don't know. Not yet. But this much is clear. Space isn't silent. And maybe it never was. For decades, Voyager 1 was a silent wanderer, our lonely ambassador drifting into the unknown. But now, it may have spoken louder than ever before. In the stillness of deep space, beyond the reach of planets or stars, it found something that wasn't supposed to be there. A signal, a delay, a mystery that shakes the foundations of science itself. Whether the cosmic glitch, a new law of physics, or the first whisper from an intelligence beyond our own, one thing is certain. The universe just got a whole lot stranger. And what started as a simple space mission in 1977 might end up as a beginning of something far bigger. So the next time you look up at the stars, remember, there's something out there. And thanks to Voyager, we're one step closer to finding out what.